What's going on, you guys? Indeed right here. Just wanted to do another game review, and I don't do these very often, so I figured I need to pick up on them. And today's game review will be about Space Invaders for the Sony Playstation. Originally released in 1999, this was during the time when Activision and several other companies were going back and trying to revamp their older games into more modern day standards, to trying to appeal to a different crowd. Some of the other titles you could resemble this to would be the re-release or the remake of games like Qbert, Missile Command, Space Invaders right here, and Frogger, for example, are some pretty common ones that did the same exact sort of thing. This was released at the end of September in 1999. A PC version came out about a week later, just in the beginning of October, and a N64 release actually came out at the very end of November 30th. And so, unfortunately, I have never played the other versions, but I played a lot of this as a kid. Whenever my mom first bought it for me, just on a whim, she just kind of came home and was like, "Hey, I got you some games," and she bought me Space Invaders and Star Wars Dark Forces. But over the years, I kind of just forgot about this game and just never really ended up playing it, which is kind of a shame, because although it's not really a standout game, if you pay a moderate price for it, it's worth it, in my opinion. It has enough changes to the Space Invaders type formula. I've read that there was a game called Super Space Invaders 91 or something like that kind of laid out the formula for what this game follows. This game has, an intro cutscene that gives you basically a very basic storyline. It's pretty much like a guy, I think I don't know if he's just visiting, he's a tank pilot, and I'm not sure if he's just visiting the gravesite of the original 1978 tank fighters who lost their lives in the great space battles against the Great Space Battle versus the Space Invaders, or if he had a signal or something. But he goes out to the basically the graveyard, and he's suddenly intercepted by Space Invaders and starts fighting them. Fights off a huge wave of Space Invaders throughout the game. And so you start off the game. They have that intro cutscene. You get in each world. You play through 8 different worlds. Each world takes you through 10 different levels. The 5th level being a bonus stage where you get points and lives, and then the 10th after you beat the 10th stage, you then play a boss for that stage. And each stage is really fun because they all have, with the exception of the first stage, they all have different or the different planets, not stages. They all have a different power-up that when you shoot 4 of the same colored enemies, they all have different colors, as red, green, blue, yellow, and then the special enemy for that's specific to that specific planet. They each have their own special power-ups you can collect. So the red ones, you shoot a vertical missile that'll shoot through all enemies. Green ones will give you a missile that if you shoot them, it'll shoot through all the enemies to the right of the missile. You shoot the blue ones, will give you a missile that'll shoot all the way to the left enemies. Shoot it up, it'll hit an enemy and shoot all the way to the left. The yellow one will hit a target and divide up diagonally and move outwards like that. And some of the other specials are a lot of fun. Some of them are, one of them's a beam, another one's like a fancy boomerang that spins around and just kills the crap out of all little Space Invaders that gets in the way. And a lot of them are just really fun. Homing missiles, and one that actually is a sine wave as it moves upward. A lot of them are really fun. But like I said, I wouldn't pay a lot for this game. And I might even try and find maybe the other versions and see which one you guys like best. I personally like this one because this one has the full motion video, and I'm sure it has far better sound quality than the 64 version would have. I'm sure the 64 one would have higher resolution and better looking characters. Maybe the backgrounds might be better, or at least on par with the PlayStation. But it would not have the full motion video, and I'm sure the audio quality would be subpar to that of the PlayStation. So you may, if you're actually interested in this in some way, you may wish to find this version or the PC version. However, again, I'm not positive, but I'm sure the PC version is superior, from what a friend of mine told me. Just a little bit more information about the game. It has the single player mode. It also has a 2-player co-op mode, which can be a lot of fun, collecting power-ups, trying to get all of the special abilities from shooting for consecutive enemies. That can be a lot of fun if you're playing more competitively with your teammate. There are motherships that fly over the top of the screen, and you can shoot them down, and they'll drop down shields and double shot power-ups, so you can fire up to two shots on screen at the same time. There's also a time stop power-up, and one that will give you maximum energy for whatever color power-up you're currently working forward to. So say I've shot down 1 red enemy, or maybe 2 blue or 2 green or something like that, it'll automatically fill up my energy bar and immediately give me a full power-up. So it's got a pretty fun little mechanic, and honestly, you could probably find this for just a few bucks if you actually stumble into it somewhere, and I'm sure it's no more than $5 online. But it's these kind of games that help to repopularize Space Invaders into what it is now, with all these, extreme games and really over the top, really visually stylistic games that we're getting now on the 360, PS3, the DS, and the PSP, all those new platforms. So, but I think this is definitely an interesting part of the Space Invaders history, and I really like it. So, anyway, guys, if y'all are interested in looking it out, go ahead and check it out, and that's it, guys. Pieces.